Hi everybody, I'm Tim Bulot and welcome to Training to Survive, our 1996 public television TV show that we're rejuvenating, upscaling, and representing for today. Now tonight we've got show number 4, which we're actually going to show it as number 3. We're going to reverse the order a little bit just because, like I said, I run into some issues with these old tapes. So the one that was supposed to go tonight is taking a while. So we're going to teach the mat segment out of order by 1 week, so just kind of bear with us on that. Now we're also going to introduce somewhat of a new segment tonight also that I've titled the Martial Arts Video Archives. Now those of you that know me know that over the years I have produced literally, I don't know, a couple of hundred martial arts videos, not just mine, but for a variety of very talented martial artists. So in that segment, I've got all this footage. I've got tons of footage from the 90s and early 2000, and even dating back into the 80s. Of course, that stuff's looking pretty bad these days. It's degraded to that point, but I'm going to utilize that. I'm going to start bringing in segments of that and sharing it with you, because it's good information, and some of it is historical information as well about the martial arts, especially in that era. So we're going to have basically an era from mid-90s up until early 2000s or mid-2000s on that segment, okay? So you're going to see a lot of different and very interesting presentations there. I think you'll like it, and I need to know if you like it. So share, like, subscribe, give me feedback. This in this edition of this segment was in response to viewer feedback. You know, I know the show's not exploding at this moment. We're just getting it started, but I need to know who's watching and so forth. So anyway, with that said, we got a great show for you tonight. We've got the new martial arts video archives. We've got another gym segment with Brenda. She's going to get triceps going tonight, and then mat segment is going to be grab attacks using Kenpo concepts and so forth. So with that said, let's get into it. Hi everybody, I'm Tim Bulot. Welcome to another edition of Training to Survive. We've got a great show lined up for you today. Here in the gym, we're going to get with Brenda and we're going to do a beginner tricep workout. Great muscle group for martial arts. After that, we're going to take a look at the art of Tai Chi, and you're going to find this extremely interesting. To wrap it up, we're going to step out on the mat, work on those grab attacks. So get ready for it, and let's get started.
You. Hello, I'm Officer Rick Cutler, back again with you this week to provide you another crime prevention tip. This week we're going to be talking about safety while shopping. We all know that living in the Metroplex and watching the news every day that it can be very dangerous walking through parking lots of the malls. I'm going to provide you with a few do's and don'ts that you need to be aware of so you not become a victim while shopping this year. First thing we don't need to do is walk through the parking lot displaying a bunch of cash and a bunch of money that we're getting ready to go spend. Let's make sure that we're going to take just our checkbook and a credit card for the department store that we're going to go to, and that's enough. Some of the do's we need to take care of is let's park in a well-lit area, in a well-populated area, and park under a light, directly under a light if possible. When you are walking through the parking lot of the mall, and if you have to do it by yourself, Let's stand tall, walk with confidence, and appear that we're being very alert. That alone in itself may deter an attack in itself. That's our crime prevention tip for this week. Enjoy the rest of the show, and we'll see you next time.
Martial Arts Video Archives. Okay, now this video piece is going to feature my good friend and Kenpo brother, Frank Soto. Okay, now this is not real old, but it's about from 2010. And in 2010, there were some things going on in the video industry where we were changing from just a standard format to the widescreen format was in full swing at that point. So this video was actually recorded in standard definition, but on widescreen. So when it comes up, you're going to see it's widescreen, and you're going to see some of that mixed in there as we get into different eras and so forth. But anyway, I was recently on Frank's show, and I really enjoyed that. And Frank has been a martial arts friend of mine for a long time. I actually met him out at Mr. Tatum's studio in Pasadena, California, when both of us were actually training out there in the 90s. And this segment, Frank had traveled to Bogota to assist in the filming of El Negocio. Those of you who have seen the movie El Negocio know that Frank played the part of the Shield, and he did it quite well. But during a small break, and it was very small break in the filming action, we got on the rooftop of one of the apartment buildings in the area, and we filmed this segment in which Frank basically introduces his kinetic system, okay, his kinetic dragon method, his KDM method, as he calls it. Okay, so Frank, not only being a talented Kenpoist, which he is, he also has his own work that he offers as well, and he's done quite well with it. So I'm not going to explain it anymore because I got Frank that's coming up, and he's going to explain it right now. So right now, let's get into Martial Arts Video Archives, Frank Soto, KDM System. Let's go.
Hello, I'm Frank Soto, and I welcome you to this KDM Kinetica Introductory DVD. In this DVD, I'm going to share with you the understanding of motion. This is the foundation for the martial arts. The late Senior Grandmaster Ed Parker, father of American karate, used to say, if you understand motion, you understand self-defense. And if you understand self-defense, you understand all the concepts and principles involved in it. So I welcome you to this DVD, and I hope you enjoy the Kinetica teachings, and I hope you get to understand a little bit of the foundation of this so you can jump right into the program and start developing your own martial unique expression. Okay, let's start with explaining and understanding motion. Now, when you talk about martial motion, you need to understand three things. You need to work with movement or mobility, breathing, and alignment or structure. With the help of Rommel? Okay, when you go to your foundations, your stances, your blocks, your strikes, your maneuvers, what you need to be wary of is align your body properly so you get backup mass. When you want to generate power or force, force equals mass times acceleration. So the first thing you need to know is how to use your mass, your body mass, and that comes from alignment. And you need to align yourself from the ground up. It's like a building, but it's a moving building. So if you want to see it as engineering, you need to see it as a bike. If you see a bike, a motorcycle, you'll see that it has a good structure, but it has mobility. You can go to the sides and you can move. So it's the same thing with the body. When you're working with somebody, let's say he grabs me, he comes with a double grab. So you can do a check, and you're going to start affecting his structure and moving your structure as well and aligning yourself. You can start with the wrist and just start affecting him, and you see my body align in a 45-degree angle. See, my feet I'm facing 12 o'clock here, but my feet are working at 10:30. So you can move him here, and then you can start striking. The target's exposing itself just by maneuvering and getting in a good stance, right? So you're moving your line, and then you can strike, and you got that backup mass coming from the ground up. Your feet are setting the alignment for the whole body. So you move from your feet, and you align your ankles and your knees and your hips. See, your head should be on top of your shoulders should be on top of your hips on top of your knees, and your knees on top of your ankles and feet. That way, when you move your hands, you have all the body supporting the strike, and then you get full force, full mass, and then you can hit, right? That's structure. Then if you want to go and hit with the rear hand, you just drop low, turn that, so you get that alignment as well, and you got that bracing angle all the way down from the floor, and you hit. So you have good structure, see? And you're working with a multiplication sign and a plus sign, and that's also giving you power, okay? Same thing if you start working with mobility, which is the other ingredient. Then we're going to put it all together. With mobility, he grabs, you're going to start moving your body and moving your joints, okay? One more time. Mobility comes from the joints, the joint mobility. So you got to recruit your motion. You got shoulder, elbow, wrist, so you can move. And you have hip, knee, and ankle. So it's the same parts of the body, but your intention and your focus changes. Okay, so if he grabs, you align yourself, but at the same time, you move your body, and that gives it a lot more power into it, because now you have mass and acceleration working together, because you're working, it's like a chain reaction. You come from the heel to the knee to the hip, then to the shoulder, to the elbow, and to the wrist. Okay, so you got all that motion going and working for you. So he grabs, you move, right? You can work him there, and then you align yourself and you're controlling him, and you can hit him down. The other lado. So you work here. It can be one grab. Then if you have one grab, you need to worry about his dimensions. We go through that as well. But right now, you can also affect his structure, right? When you drop down, and you can affect his whole mobility as well. You can work with his joints. See, if you work here and you got the wrist and the elbow, then you can also work with the neck, and that's going to put him in a negative posture and it's going to take him down to the floor. Okay? So grabs, you can also work from the elbow and the shoulder, and then you align yourself and you hit him, right? And you start working. You just move around. Now, kinetica refers to motion. So what you want is you want to be mobile all the time. You don't want to stay stagnant. If you stay stagnant, you're going to get hurt. Somebody can kill you, somebody can hurt you, whatever. So you want to move. So let's say he throws a strike, and you can move, right? He comes, you go back. Again, you align yourself, and you're moving the whole body, right? And then you can hit him and just get him there. It's that easy, okay? What you need to understand is angle alignment. Now, when you're going to work angle alignment, you're going to work with a plus and a multiplication sign. So you have a plus here and a multiplication sign here, and you get a nice asterisk here. So you can work that on the floor as well, from 12 to 6, from 9 to 3, from 1:30 to 7:30, from 10:30 to 4:30. You see, if I'm facing here, he comes from 12 to 6, I go back, but my body is going to 7:30 already. So I'm getting out of the line of attack, and I'm also creating options, because I can hit him right there, and then I can just move up the circle and get him down. Okay, so also that's alignment. You put mobility into it, and whoop, you can move this way, and then just move your body to take him down. And then gravity will do the work for you. See, what I did here, it was just move up the circle this way, just take him this way, and just put him in a negative posture in a way that his body will fail. See? It's that simple. Just let gravity do the work for you, and that way you're working with maximum effect and minimum effort. You can work here, right? You can control the hip. Just take him down that way. You're generating angles of cancellation. You're canceling his dimensions. You're canceling his height, his width, and his depth. And you're doing this effortless. Okay? But you can also add striking. If you like striking, he comes, you move out of the line of attack, then you can strike him here. See that line? Then you can just hit him there and just take him down. Good. Same thing with a kick. Just get out of the line of attack, whoop, right, and come this way. Or block that kick. And you're in a better angle than he is. You got that 45, and you can control that. See that shoulder there? You can control him there. If he wants to strike, you can control him here and just control the whole movement of your opponent. Because you understand motion. You understand how he moves and how his motion is in transition. When you move, camina, when you walk, see, you're in transition. Walking is no more than falling. Hold on. See, if I exaggerate my stepping, I'm falling and then I stop the fall, right? So if he's coming with a kick, which is no more than an exaggerated step, he's kicking, and he's also falling. He needs to stop that fall. And if you take that away from him, you're just going to take him to the ground. So he comes, you can take that away, and then just controlling him, and you got that nice set. Okay? You're setting him up. Same thing with the grabs. Say he grabs my wrist, so you just have to put him in motion, and then you got that negative posture, and you got that transition. If you put him in motion, just do this. See that transition of the leg there? That takes him down. So you can work. If you understand motion, you have options. You can go from 0 to 100 in no time, but you can also work in between the shades of gray. It doesn't have to be just white, black or white. You can work in between. You can go no movement at all, or you can go strike and go for it. Just hit him. Okay? Break an arm, break a leg, whatever. Or you have the option to just work with him and control him. Okay? You manipulate the body, you manipulate movement, you manipulate the structure, and you control your breathing. How do you control your breathing? So he comes in. See? That's the way to work. Roman? Try to understand movement, breathing, and alignment, and try to incorporate that and embody it and put it in what you already do. You don't have to move the way I do. You just have to understand motion, and then you move the way you do.
Hi, my name is Brenda White. I'm a fitness trainer here at the Academy of Kenpo Karate. Our segment today is dealing with triceps, which are the muscles back here. Okay, we're going to do 4 different exercises, and what I want you to do is pick 2 of those exercises, and we're going to do 2 sets of 12 to 15 reps. So what we're going to start with is called the French curl. This exercise is the French curl. So what you want to do is grab the weight, hands behind your head, and the only thing that's going to move with this exercise is your forearm. Okay, you can place your hand here for more support or keep it down. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and remember that this exercise, this is a moderate pace exercise. We don't want to go too fast, neither too slow. Here's 8, 9, 10, and 2 more, 11, and 12. Okay, we're going to take a breather here. And what I want you guys to do is do 2 sets of 12 to 15 reps, and you want to do one arm, then the other. Okay, the next exercise that we're going to do is the kickbacks, okay? What I want you to do is grab your weight here, okay? You're going to bend at the waist, and you want to be parallel. You're going to keep your upper arm next to your body, and the only thing that's going to move is going to be your forearm. Okay, and we're going to do 12 to 15 reps. Okay, let's try this now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you notice that when I go back that I'm extending, but I don't want you to lock out because you can hurt your joints that way. Here's 9. I want there to be a slight bend every time you go back. 11. And here's 12. This is a wonderful exercise for triceps, okay? What I want you to do, we're going to take a breather here, and I want you to do 2 sets of 12 to 15 reps. Okay, the next exercise that we're going to do is the modified French curl. Okay, before, remember that we did this exercise, we did it with one arm, and we took it up and brought it back down. Okay, this time we're going to use both arms for this. Okay, you want a nice grip, put it behind your head. Okay, and what you want to do is go all the way up, and remember again that the only thing that's working are your forearms. Okay, so we're going to take this down like so. And then we're going to bring it up, but we're not going to lock out. Remember that that hurts your joints, so you want to keep a slight bend in your elbow. Okay, let's shoot for 12 here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and you want to keep it straight. You don't want to be jerky. Okay, and when I say jerky, moving from side to side, here's 5, 6. We're going to keep a moderate pace. 7, not too fast, not too slow. 8, 9, 10. Okay, we've got 2 more here. And 11. And here's 12. Wonderful exercise. Okay, we're going to take a breather here. And what I want you guys to do is 2 sets of 12 to 15 reps. Okay, the next exercise that we're going to do is the tricep press downs. We're going to do that with this cable machine. Okay, let's move over here. And what you want to do is you want to have a grip that is underneath, like so. Okay, you want to take your hands to where your palms are facing up. Okay, grip the bar. Okay, I'd say about maybe 4 to 6 inches apart. Okay, and you want to come down like so. All right, and remember again, the only thing that's moving is your forearms. Okay. Want to bend your knees slightly, spread them a little bit, and you want to shoot for 2 sets of 12 to 15 reps. We're going to do 12 here. And 1, keeping your knees bent makes you more stable. 2, and 3, 4, 5. We want a good pace. 6, not too fast and not too slow. 7, 8, 9, and here's 10. We've got 2 more here, and 11, and 12. Notice that when I was doing this exercise that I did not bring it all the way up, because when you bring it all the way up, then you take the pressure off of your triceps, and you want to keep constant pressure on the triceps. So remember, when you take this down, you don't want to lock out, again, as I said before, because that hurts your joints. And then you want to bring it back up to about right here, okay? Not too high, not too low, okay? We're going to take a break here, okay? And what I want you to do is 2 sets of 12 to 15 reps. Okay, here's a quick review of everything that we learned today. Remember, I gave you 4 exercises. What you want to do is pick 3 of these exercises, and you're going to do 2 sets of 12 to 15 reps. Okay, we started with the French curl. Okay, remember, put our hands behind our head. Remember that your forearm is the only thing that works for you, and here's a second one. Okay, from there we move to the kickbacks. All right, wanted our bodies parallel, okay, and we simply kick back, like so. That's 2. Okay, from there we moved on to the modified French curl. Okay, and weight behind the head, and we're going to do 2 here. 1, and here's 2. Okay, from there we moved on to the tricep press downs. Okay, and we did it with the cable machine over here. Okay, you want a grip that's approximately 4 to 6 inches apart. All right, hands at the side, and 1, And here's 2. Okay, that concludes our tricep workout for today. I hope you guys had fun. And remember that this adds power to your training.
Now in this next section, we're going to take a look at the art of Tai Chi. Now Tai Chi is becoming one of America's fastest growing types of exercise. But in this next segment, you're going to find out that Tai Chi can also be an effective means of self-defense. Let's go now and visit with Master Johnny Lee, who teaches locally in Richardson, and let's examine the art of Tai Chi.
Hi, my name is Johnny Kwame Lee. I'm the Grandmaster of Lee's Wallapa Kung Fu School. I have been taught Kung Fu in the United States since 1974. In my Kung Fu schools, we taught Michung Lohans, Tai Chi, and Pagua. Today, we're going to teach Tai Chi to you. First posture I'm going to teach you is called Tai Chi opening posture. Yeah, please follow me. When doing Tai Chi training, it's very important, your posture, the alignments of the spines and your head. First, you bend a knee. Give you room to tilt your pubic bone forward. We call this tuck and suck your stomach in. So that what this do will make your lower spine straight. From there on, you open your elbow so your shoulder can drop. You round your shoulders. Your back can be expanded. The back can be expanded so the chi can attach to your back. Then your jaw tuck, so your head top will suspend from the ceilings. Your spinal column will be straight up and down. Your internal energy can pass through all the gates. Now this is the movement opening posture. You sink, you keep these alignments, you shift your weight to your right knee. We relax your left hip joints. your left knee will go up, and you step up nicely. You shift your body weight to inside left heel. You relax your right hips, your right toes will come up. Then you shift your weight to the center, your feet will come in. But straight your knee up. We relax your wrist, your arm will move forward and upward. This is called rising energy. You draw your elbow, your palm will press forward. This is called pressing energy. You withdraw your elbow back. This is called roll back energy. Then you press down. This is called push energy. Now I'm going to do this without talking. Please follow me, see one more time. This is the opening posture. One more thing I want to remind you, when doing Tai Chi from this opening posture to the end of closing posture, you must internalize your ears, your feelings, to feel the feeling of the motions created by your techniques. Now I'm going to show you the techniques, how to defend yourself, application for these postures. I'm going to have Sifu Henry So come help me. For instance, if he's going to push me on my shoulders, if he push me, I'm going to fall backwards. But if I'm using my rising energy, he pushing me, I'm like a bow. Water flow out the bow, so he can push me no more. Cutting off his root on his heels. Now after we're doing this, then I can push him. I can squeeze energy, put my hand on top of his elbow joints, then I roll back. Then if he roll back, he won't going back, I claps down, he gonna fall down. So I do a little more regular motions. Practice this, and we go on next posture. Thank you.
For more information on Tai Chi training by Master Johnny Lee, contact Lee's Kung Fu School, 6959 Arapahoe Road, Suite 589, Dallas, Texas 75248, or give them a call at area code 214-991-1088. Look for this series to continue on future Training to Survive programs.
That's out, damn, that's out, that's out, that's out, boom. That's out, damn, that's out, that's out, that's out, boom.
Come on up, Billy. Thanks. Hi, I'm Tim Bulot. Welcome to this week's On the Mat. This week, we're going to work on grab attacks. Now, if you followed along with us last week, we went over different categories of attack, from the least serious to the most serious, and the grab was the least serious of the attacks. Now, you're going to find out as you follow along that the grabbing hand is not the problem. It's the free hand that's the problem. Now, Sean, if you could come on in. Now, you're going to find out that grab is a pretty common attack, because if Sean were to reach out and grab my wrist, okay, like I said, this is not the problem. More than likely on the street, you're going to have just an instant to react, but what you're going to find is as the individual grabs, they're going to pull and punch with the other hand, okay? So this is also a major part of the problem, is that free hand, okay? Now, we're going to start at a beginner level, working easy to follow along with techniques, and as the show progresses, we're going to get into more and more sophisticated techniques. So follow along with us, and we hope that you can pick something up that'll help you out in the real world. Okay, Sean, come on in. Now we're going to start out with a wrist grab, just like what you just saw. Now, the easiest thing, go ahead and grab. To know about a wrist grab is if Sean grabs my wrist, you can look here and see at the position of the hand. You can see this opening right here between the thumb and the fingers, and that is an easy way out for you. If you pull against that, go ahead and hold down. If you pull against this gap here, the hand's going to come out. Watch it again. It's going to come out. Watch it again. Good. Now, if you're, say you're a woman and you've got smaller wrists than I do, and he's got a good grab all the way around and he's squeezing tight, you don't think you can get loose. If you just clench your hand tight and reach around and grab your fist with your other hand, you can use the leverage of 2 hands to pull out. Watch it again. Okay, one more time. Hold on tight, Sean, and pull out. Okay, now, this would be a perfect opportunity for you to escape, run away, call for help, or in some circumstances those options may not be available. Say perhaps you're in an enclosed area, there's just not anybody around, and you need to do a follow-up, okay? Something to distract your opponent's thought process, keep him busy and keep him occupied, okay, while you make your escape. Okay, so starting out, go ahead and grab, Sean. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a different way to get out of this grab, okay? Now, I'm standing kind of natural when he grabs here. Remember, we talked about stepping back. So I'm going to step back, and I'm in my right neutral bow stance. You want to get your left hand up to guard and check, because if he throws that punch early, go ahead. I've at least got a shield up here to get between me and the attacker. So the first thing I'm going to show you as he grabs is to step away from this and keep this hand up. Now, watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to circle my right hand around, and now I'm on top of him. And if I hook down, okay, it helps pull him off balance slightly, and then I can shoot a punch right back into the face as I shuffle in. This should keep him occupied, and then from here you can make your exit. It's a simple technique, but it's extremely effective. So go ahead and grab. So I'm going to step back as I circle around. Now right here you can see as I hook down, I'm kind of pulling on his arm, and you can kind of download weight on his feet. Boom, pull him off balance, shuffle in, hit with a punch, which would go right to the face here, and from this angle we would leave. Okay, let's watch it again. He grabs, I circle, and I pull down, I shuffle in, and punch. Okay, on the other side, going to work these off of both sides, stepping away, you're going to circle, you're going to pull down, and then you shuffle in and shoot the punch. Okay, so we're going to work that one off of both sides. Now let's look at another situation. Okay, go ahead and grab. Okay, on this one he hadn't pulled yet. Say on the next technique that I'm teaching you, go ahead and pull. He pulls and he causes me to step forward, okay? So see where this punch is coming in, go ahead. I've got to get something between myself and that. So when he pulls, I'm going to pull this up, okay? Now if you can see, my left hand is coming through here and I'm grabbing at the wrist. Look at the gap that I've created between the finger and the thumb. That's my way out, okay? So he's stepping and pulling me back. I check it and I grab it, and then here's my way out right here. Boom, like so. Let's do that again. Pull, and I check. Now from here I can come through and I can hammer right into the body of the groin and so forth, okay? So grab, pull, check, boom, and there's my hammer fist. Okay, I've got the hand checked here. It turns the punch away. I'm going to slip an elbow and then come back with either another elbow or a back knuckle, depending on the distance. You can clear this arm and then get out of the situation, okay? He's going to grab and pull. Watch it again. Oh, okay? Now when you work this on the other side, it's the same thing. He pulls in, step, check it, hammer, slip your elbow, and then your back knuckle. Okay, once again from the regular side, hammer, elbow, back knuckle. 2 simple techniques. Thanks, Sean. Work with those for a couple of minutes. When we come back, we'll show you some more grab defenses. Hey! 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 Okay, next we're going to work on lapel grabs. This is the front grab, okay? This is a very common way to get attacked on the street, like I explained, and I've seen this happen a lot, by the way, but like I explained earlier, a lot of times the grab comes, then the punch, okay? So you have an instant, you have a window of opportunity there to initiate a counterattack, and your counterattack, or at least in this circumstance, is going to need to be geared towards stopping that punch. So we're going to use the front snap kick to help us with that today, so I hope you've practiced that. If not, we'll review as we go along. So Butch, come on in. Now we're going to start with a right lapel grab, okay? I'm sitting here, I'm minding my own business, my attacker grabs, and like I said, his next move is probably going to be to pull, go ahead, and to punch or to clobber me with his other hand. So we've got to stop this hand first off, okay? Now, right away when Butch grabs, go ahead, I'm going to initiate a pin. I'm going to take my left hand and I'm just going to pin this hand tight against my chest. And psychologically, okay, this can startle your opponent. And that can buy you a second of time right there. He's thinking, well, what's happened? This guy's grabbed the hand that's grabbed him. So he grabs, go ahead, and we grab. I'm pinning him down, okay? I notice if he initiates a little bit of a pull, go ahead, I can use that to my advantage. So what's going to happen, go ahead and start over, Butch. He comes in and he grabs, I'm going to pin, and remember that front snap kick, okay? the target is going to be the femoral nerve, just above the knee. Okay, bring it back up, just above the knee. It's called the femoral nerve. Now, if I kick that out, go ahead and raise your hand like you're going to punch, Butch. If I kick that out, which I'm fixing to do, as I keep this pin, boom, see how it stretched him out? Okay, it moved me further away from this punch, and that's important. So I've kind of nullified that punch. I've canceled it out. Let's look at just that. He's going to grab. I'm going to pin it here, and at the same time, I'm going to take out that leg and stretch him out. Now remember our inward strike. We learned it in our segment on forms and sets. We've reviewed it in other segments. I'm going to use that inward block right to the arm to clear it off. Okay, so I've hit 2 nerve points here. The femoral nerve, which is just above the knee. Okay. And then I've hit the median nerve, which is on the inside of the arm. So I'm hitting targets that I guess if you want to refer to them are somewhat humane targets. I'm not breaking any bones or causing any serious injury here, but nevertheless, we are inflicting some pain and we're distracting our opponent, okay, to keep his mind tied up, to keep him on the defense. So let's look at it again. Butcher's going to grab, I pin, I kick here, I block here, and then we're going to come back in and I'm going to use a hand sword here right to the side of the neck. Okay, to go ahead and finish him off. What do we do next? Well, we're going to get out of this situation. We've hit our opponent 3 times in an instant of a second to give us some room, to give us some space to leave. Okay, now as a beginner, this is somewhat simple, but nevertheless, it'll give you something to work as you follow along with the program. So watch it once again. He grabs, I'm going to pin, I'm going to take out the knee. Why? To cancel the punch. So I kick it out, clear the arm, and go in with a hand sword. Okay, that's against a right lapel grab. Now, will this work against the left? Well, let's find out. Butch, let me put you on this side. Okay, same situation, but he's grabbing with the left at this point. So go ahead and grab. So I pin the hand. Can I kick out that leg from here? Absolutely. I blast out the knee, kick. I hit on the radial nerve this time, which is the top of the arm. Clear that off, and there's my back knuckle, my hand sword, whatever I want. I can hit the bridge of the nose, hit him on the side of the neck, any available target, and then we're out of there. So let's walk at it again. So he grabs, I'm going to pin, I'm going to kick, boom, clear that, clear this, and then put my shot in there, and I'm out. Thank you, Butch. Okay, work with that. Simple but effective ways of dealing with the front lapel grab.
Hey, buddy. Lessa. Hey, buddy. Lessa.
This concludes this segment of On the Mat, and we've enjoyed it, and I hope you've gotten some good information out of it. Be sure and come back next week and join us where we're going to start working, learn how to defend against the push attack. We've enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time. Our question of the week comes to us from Grapevine. Linda Shriver wants to know, because of her size, she's not very big, she's not very strong, can she still effectively learn to defend herself? And the answer to that is absolutely yes. That's a good question because a lot of people believe that being too small means that they're out of the fight already, but definitely doesn't. What we do is we will tailor the system to fit a smaller person, such as spending more time working on striking with the correct weapons to the correct targets, and spend less time working on power techniques such as locking and throwing. And if you put all your emphasis on the things that you're best built for, you're going to find that you can effectively come up with a good self-defense system. Techniques like finger strikes to the eyes, okay, reverse hand swords to the groin, elbows to the throat. Doesn't matter how big you are. If you can strike these targets are targets that are easily injured, and it doesn't take a lot of speed and power. That's our question of the week. Linda, I hope this helps you out. And if anybody has any questions you want answered, be sure and write to us. The Academy of Kenpo Karate, 3325 West Rochelle Road, Irving, Texas, 75062. Or give us a call at area code 972-256-3969. Thank you, and we'll see you on the next show. Okay, this concludes this edition of Training to Survive. I hope you've enjoyed it because we've enjoyed presenting this information to you. I think now I'm going to step into the gym here and I'm going to get a workout. You guys work on those techniques, and we'll see you on the next show. Okay, well that's going to wrap it up for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. As you can see, we're making some changes. I'm putting a little bit of work into this. There's some editing involved in shooting other segments. How about those martial arts video archives? Got a lot of material there, folks. I need to hear from you. Like, share, subscribe. Please help us out. That is our motivation for continuing these types of projects. I want to know what you want to see with this. I want to know, do we keep going the way we're going? What changes you like? What segments you'd like to see? And how do you like the look of the show? The vintage look, the iconic look. You know, this is basically the video era of martial arts that we're filming in, with gear and equipment that started it all, because that's what basically allowed martial arts to explode. When you folks were able to order VHS videotapes at home, they were shot and edited on the same equipment that we're using to keep this show going. Yeah, we've got modern gear and we can use that, and we probably will use some of that if that's what you want to see, but I got to hear from you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for coming along on this journey with us. It's been a pleasure, okay, to reintroduce some of this older video footage. And once again, I hope you enjoy it. Y'all take care. We'll see you on the next one. The next class, we've got an overview of the Kenpo self-defense categories in general. So come back next week for that one.